Hi, guys, and welcome to this episode of the Just My Opinion podcast. On the Just My Opinion podcast, we talk about entertainment across Africa. So, if you're interested in topics like that, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification button. Okay, so let's get to it. Today, we are going to be reacting to some BBNaija All-star criticism. But before that, hi, Ambassador.
Hello, people. It's your ambassador again doing this thing.
So, Wahala. The rich becomes 120 million naira richer, while the viewers who spend their time plus little savings continue to struggle. Popular critic Daniel Rega reveals. And there you have it. The rich become 120 million naira richer, while the viewers who spend their time plus little savings continue to struggle. 3 months wasted on watching pretentious housemates and pity always wins. A complete scripted reality show with zero lessons, no positive impact. A complete scripted show. That's the reaction. So yeah, so the verdict is out. With BBNaija, there is a winner, and this is what this critic has to say. So I don't want to say I'm very passionate about this topic because I don't think I'm that passionate about it because like I hardly talk about reality shows, but reading it brought up some emotions. Like, I mean, the amount of time that we spend in consumption of different content, not just the time but the money, the savings that we spend in consumption of this various content, which in the long run, if we sit back to look at what we gained from this content, it's like, I don't want to go as far as saying 0%, but I think it's really low down there. So I mean, this content, it can help you maybe forget your problems, and it's some time to escape from reality. But I mean, any psychologist will tell you escaping from your reality is not the way to go about solving your problems. So when I read this comment, it's like, yes, I'm happy that somebody is saying this, which I know that a lot of times, a lot of the bad habits that we have, or a lot of the things we should consume that we shouldn't be consuming, we know that at the back of our mind. As we are consuming it, we're like, I shouldn't be doing this, but you still go ahead and do it. But I mean, it's just good to hear somebody say it. Yeah.
I'm just scanning my thoughts in order not to say things that are too offensive and selecting what I'm going to say. And it's going to go in every direction, right? I watch a lot. I am not a Big Brother fan. But somehow, because I'm always in these entertainment spaces, usually I would stumble on them on some podcasts, doing interviews. Whenever they get evicted, they do some media runs. So I usually catch up with them there. I rarely watch the Big Brother in itself. But the one this year, I think this is the Big Brother I've watched the most. I will explain. It just so happens that if you guys had noticed, like the last month or so, some of the Just My Opinion we have been doing, my setting had been different. I was in South Africa on vacation. Because I was on vacation, I was just chilling on the couch, Uber eat food, watch any stupid thing that is there to watch. So I really started watching it, and I could see why people get addicted. I mean, like till 2:00, I'll be there waiting for them.
Addictive.
I mean, like they're filming it while they're sleeping, and I'm watching them sleep.
Right.
Before I go and sleep. Then I get up early to check how fast they're up already. When they're doing their workouts, for those who know, they know that I know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
And that's the problem with me. If I'm into tech, I'll zoom into tech, then soon I'm out. I'm into music, I'll zoom into music, then I'm out. So when I was watching, I was really watching it like I never knew Ilebaye was going to win. In my mind, I was thinking it was going to be like either Venita or what's his name? Empere. But Benita got evicted because she said some insulting things. I think this Ilebaye. And then, Pere was doing his fake ship with Messi. But that did not help them out. That all of these things, when I use words like ship or the narrative, people watch Big Brother, they know that those are the words for Big Brother. shifts and narratives. That being said, I think every society needs, this will be some controversial things I'll say. Every society needs some level of dull people. It needs some idle people. It needs some poor people for the society to freely flow.
Really?
You know, you cannot appreciate white if there's no black. You cannot appreciate riches if there's no poverty. In a utopian world, it can really get boring and people can commit suicide, or we can all just, life would be so boring if everybody was just rich. I'm not saying that, I don't think there should be extremes, but I think there will always be, I'm not the one made it that way, there will always be some disparity in how much people work and how much they want to work. Now, my only problem with this is, and I think, okay, some of these bloggers who write these things, but yeah, it's no news. The only problem with Africa is when the most productive and creative minds are now watching the Big Brother. When those who are political leaders are watching the Big Brother and then coming to give us political advice. When the youth who are hoping that Nigeria will change or Africa will change are voting for Big Brother but will not vote in their own elections. When the how can I even call it, the doctors of tomorrow, I remember there's one guy who was a doctor and they were like, yeah, imagine if this guy who is a doctor is a Big Brother, it means like it's okay. And I'm like, yes, but I think this is he's not an ideal doctor. I was watching one of our guys, Claudel Nubisi, who is an entrepreneur from Africa, or know him. And he was saying he used to rap. He was giving advice to Indira Babuke. I don't know if you know Indira Babuke, the gospel singer who is in medical school right now in Cameroon. And he was advising her to get closer to a certain mentor. And he was telling her like he used to rap. But at one point he realized that he could not be an excellent rapper and an excellent doctor at the same time. And he wanted to be excellent and at least one thing, so he stopped rapping. And he wrote his last song, which was La Plume or Ma Plume, something like that, like my feather, the last feather off here, something like that. Distraction. Back to what we're talking about, Big Brother. So I think for a balanced society, we need to have things like the Big Brother and all of that to people like me when I'm on vacation. I should be free to have to watch that. I should have some idle things to watch apart from my stressful life. Some people who will be the poor people should be watching it 24/7, and to explain why they will be the poor people. Those who will be controlled by the leaders of tomorrow should be watching it because that's some form of mind control. You are there watching people, and that's how you keep on watching people, and that's how that's your own life will play out. And there's also this, I call it godlike complex, where we think that we know what everybody wants and what everybody thinks. We don't. Some people are really happy in just writing that exam, becoming a teacher, watch their Big Brother. When Big Brother is over, they have the notary that prepared from last year. They go to school, lecture the children, 3 o'clock they close, enter their car, drive back home, eat food, sit again, watch their Big Brother, watch CNN, comment about people's lives. Some people are really happy with that. So don't just assume that because you don't want that for yourself, people don't want that. But they should be honest enough to know that because you spend your time watching Big Brother, where Zuckerberg sat there on night and day making Facebook, he'll control your life the way he wants to. He'll suspend you when you say what is right, but it's against what he thinks. He'll suspend you. So just you come to terms with it or you don't come to terms with it. That's just the reality. So when you're watching that Big Brother, be aware of those choices you're already making and what it entails. But I don't think we should stop people from having those choices. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Those things will always exist. Let's be there.
Yeah, like it's true. There's this restaurant beside my house. So it's this young couple, they have their 2 kids, they have started their restaurant, and it's not a big restaurant, but I think it's bringing in some income, and they sell good food there and all that. And you go there, she sits and her TV is on and she's watching her Big Brother, and when the customer comes, she goes and serves, and she's living her life. I mean, that's an entrepreneur doing her thing, and they are doing their business. She's living her life. So, but I don't think the choice of watching Big Brother is like something that is I don't know if that is the word scandalous or something that is it should not even be done or whatever. By all means, people can live their lives, but one thing I would just say is I think suffering, some kind of suffering and some kind of challenge is what people need in their lives to stay motivated in a certain way. I think a life
Yeah.
without any kind of challenge becomes dull and becomes sometimes people even lose the will to live because you don't have any push or any drive. But I think you can get that drive as a rich person or as a poor person. So you just choose. I was listening to this audiobook and the person was just like, there's suffering everywhere. The rich suffer, the poor suffer, everybody suffers. You just have to choose what you're willing to suffer for. Are you willing to suffer for in the poverty lane, or are you willing to suffer in a Ferrari? Like, where do you want to have the suffering? Because there's suffering everywhere.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying that let's not assume for the rest. They have made their choice.
Yeah.
And there's also the part which that guy said about the rich getting richer. Is it Big Brother? That's why I started getting offended with this blogger. Is it Big Brother how to teach you that the rich are always getting richer? In church, who is getting richer? In school, who is getting richer? In politics, who is getting richer? In the health system, who is getting richer? Why is it Big Brother? Why did he take Big Brother to let you know that the rich are getting richer?
Yeah. I mean,
and if that's the case, we should shut down all of those things.
But at least I think an argument could be made for the fact that either the church or the school, at least there is some benefit, either it's the educational benefit or the psychological benefit. But then
who are you to judge the benefit from Big Brother?
Who am I to judge the benefit from Big Brother?
For you, but you cannot speak for the masses. If the masses are following it, definitely there's some level of benefit for them.
Right.
And even when he says the rich are getting richer, if he followed the narrative in Big Brother this year, it was not a ship that won. It was, they said it's pity. People said Ilebaye, and I didn't even like Ilebaye from the beginning because I felt like she was always just very kempt. Ilebaye always had some funny bacala. She would just be down some bacala just moving around. For those who know bacala, I don't know, cornrows as they call it in English, in Cameroon we call it bacala. She always some funny cornrows on her head at times. Always just acting. They said she was the Gen Z baddie, Gen Z pro mark, whatever. She was the youngest in the house. At times a little bit childish for my liking and all of that. People say that was her strategy. I recall actually going to visit one of my cousins in South Africa, and she was like, yeah, she wants Ilebaye to win because white money is there, but he has won before. Messi is there, she has won before. A good number of these other guys are from rich backgrounds. Perez from America. He started giving all the various backgrounds. Ilebaye is the only person who sees that she really needs the money.
And this guy rightly said it. He rightly said it, pity.
Yeah. So, who said pity? This guy.
This blogger. So he said...
yeah, so that's why I'm saying that. So, to an extent, too, it's not just the rich getting richer. If it's out of pity, that should be the poor girl that will give her the money. Then, at the end of the day, the bigger picture is, at one time, I zoomed into the billions made in this whole Big Brother industry. It is mad. From the TV rights and the votings and all of that, it is huge money. I don't have the numbers here. It was actually a whole write-up that I picked out some numbers from. They are not giving these guys nothing percent when it comes to the total amount of money, whatever these people win. So maybe in the grand scheme of things, when you're talking about the rich getting richer, is those who are really behind the engine, they make the real money. The fans contribute their naira and kobo, drop here and there, and then TV rights and everything, money put together, endorsement deals, but the companies behind it, the media house behind it, they make the huge money. Also, one thing I realized was I was also very surprised about the strong following for Big Brother Naija in South Africa, which is something which told me like, Africa is really becoming one. We are not seeing it. For those who don't travel a lot in Africa, we are not seeing it happen. But if you travel, we realize that it is really becoming one. We are knowing what's happening in each other's country. We are actually following day-to-day progression in everybody's country. We are now knowing people's politics, their currencies, their language, their dances, their languages. And through technology, we are really becoming one. That's how a click can easily I don't mean click like click, but I mean click can happen. And then Africa can easily unite. It was really difficult for the Lumumbas and the Krumas back in the day where I don't understand your language, I don't know you. I might even know the white man more than I know you because I speak English with him, you speak French. I've been here with the white man, but you are from some other part here. So I think positive lesson that I realized was Africa is really becoming one. When I saw the way South Africans were vibing to Big Brother, most of the messages on that, I could see the South African messages, and they were like, yeah, so it was a good thing.
Yeah.
If there's any positive thing to the whole thing.
Right. Let's talk about our sponsors, Echo Online.
As usual, I'll talk about the money. Online is an African solution built for Africans, adapted to the African realities. It's here to monetize your art. African artists have been complaining for years and are still complaining. Online answers those problems one after the other. First, it could help you with your streaming, make money from it. It's adapted to a local payment method, so your fans, your real core fans who are based in Africa, can buy your music. You don't need credit cards and all of these things. Mobile money and all our local payment methods are adapted to be used on Online. But the first step is to build a community, build a fan base, create a profile on Online, start uploading music which you already have on other places, just start feeling your vibes, and then encourage your fans to follow on Online, Online. When you have done that, you can start monetizing your art. You can start selling your music, selling your merchandise, selling event tickets, and also you can use the analysis of Online as leverage to be able to get endorsement deals or to negotiate contracts and things like that. Because you can say, okay, I have 2,000 followers. What's the conversion rate? When I put my tickets out, I have 1,000 sales. Because Sopo can now say, okay, means 50% of his followers actually listen to what he says, they actually follow him by putting their money behind him. So you can actually use those numbers and analytics to negotiate heavy deals. But it starts by building the community on your product. So jump on it, share your success story with us. Ambassador said so.
Thank you guys for checking out this episode. We want to know what you think in the comment section below. Share your opinion with us. Subscribe, hit the notification button, and see you guys next time.